Hey, 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 English learners! Welcome to the Easy English Podcast from English Life Channel, your cozy little place to learn English through real daily life conversations. I'm Sarah.
And I'm Alex.
So, Alex, how was your weekend?
It was fine. Actually, it was busy. Wait, no. It was relaxing in some ways. Let me start again.
Is this your answer, or are we watching you edit it live?
This is exactly what happened on Monday morning. Someone asked me once, but I answered 3 times.
3 answers for one question?
First, I said it was fine. Then I worried that fine sounded cold, so I changed it to it was busy. But then I remembered the relaxing parts and said, actually, let me start again.
Did the other person wait for the final version?
They tried, but after my third beginning, their face had the same expression people have when their computer starts updating during an important meeting.
Patient, but slightly worried?
Exactly.
Why did you keep restarting?
Every answer felt incomplete. Fine sounded unfriendly. Busy ignored the enjoyable parts. And relaxing ignored the fact that I carried boxes up 3 flights of stairs.
So the problem wasn't that you had nothing to say.
The problem was that I had too many possible beginnings.
You were searching for the perfect beginning. Then you overexplained because you were afraid a short answer wouldn't be enough.
That is exactly what happened.
What did the overexplaining sound like?
A complete documentary about my weekend.
The complete documentary?
Saturday morning, Saturday afternoon, Sunday breakfast, Sunday laundry, the weather, what I ate, and why I changed my plans.
Alex, how long did this answer continue?
I don't know. Time stopped moving.
That long?
I was standing in the office kitchen, stirring my coffee, and the sugar had already disappeared. But I kept stirring because I didn't know how to stop talking.
Oh no.
The other person was still being polite. They were nodding, but their body was slowly turning toward the door.
Their face was listening, but their feet were leaving.
One part of my brain was saying, Alex, please land the plane.
And the other part kept adding details.
Yes. I thought, if I don't explain Saturday morning, Sunday afternoon won't make sense.
Did Sunday afternoon actually depend on Saturday morning?
Not at all.
Then let's fix both problems immediately. You do not need the perfect beginning, and you do not need your complete weekend documentary.
What do I need?
2 things, a weekend headline and 1 useful detail.
A headline and 1 detail?
That is the main method. Everything else we learn today will be an optional tool for longer answers.
That already feels simpler.
Your headline gives the overall feeling. Your detail gives the listener something natural to ask about.
And I can add more if they seem interested.
Right. Before we finish, you're going to answer the Monday morning question again, once, clearly, and in about 10 seconds.
No second beginning?
No.
No emergency correction halfway through?
No.
No detailed breakfast report?
Definitely no breakfast report.
All right. I accept the challenge.
Tell me the overall feeling of your weekend. Was it busy, relaxing, tiring, enjoyable, unusual, or pretty quiet?
My weekend was pretty packed.
That is your headline.
Pretty packed means very busy, right?
Yes, your time was full because you had many plans or responsibilities. It does not automatically mean the weekend was bad.
So I begin with, my weekend was pretty packed.
Now add 1 event that gives me something to respond to.
I helped my cousin move into a new apartment.
Put the 2 parts together.
My weekend was pretty packed. I helped my cousin move into a new apartment.
Now I understand the general feeling, and I have a natural question. Was the move difficult?
Very difficult. The apartment was on the 3rd floor, and the elevator wasn't working.
That detail explains why the move was tiring. The conversation grew because I asked for more.
So I don't have to carry the entire conversation alone.
No. You begin clearly, and the other person helps decide whether the conversation becomes longer.
In the office, I was trying to build the entire house before the other person said anything.
And probably describing the furniture.
And the curtains.
A natural weekend answer begins with a headline and one useful detail.
Headline, then detail.
Try saying it slowly.
My weekend was pretty packed. I helped my cousin move.
Here is a quieter example. It was pretty quiet. I stayed home and finished a book.
Those answers are short, but they do not sound cold.
Because they are complete enough to start a conversation.
Let me try one. My weekend was a little tiring. I cleaned my apartment because some friends are visiting this week.
Now the listener can ask when your friends are arriving or whether you're excited.
A useful detail gives the listener somewhere to go.
That is the idea.
But I made another mistake in the office.
Only one other mistake?
Please be kind.
What did you say?
Well, on Saturday morning, I woke up at around 8, but I didn't get out of bed immediately.
Haha, that sounds like the beginning of a witness statement.
It got worse. Then I explained breakfast.
Did breakfast matter?
No, it was toast.
Ordinary toast?
Extremely ordinary toast.
Then the toast did not need a speaking role.
Haha, poor toast.
This gives us another useful rule. Every detail should have a job.
What kind of job?
A detail should explain the action, emotion, change, or result. If it does none of those things, you probably do not need it.
The broken elevator has a job because it explains why the move was difficult.
Right.
And the pizza has a job because it became the highlight.
Tell me about the pizza.
After we carried everything upstairs, we sat on the floor because there were no chairs yet. We ordered pizza, opened the balcony door, and talked for almost an hour.
How did your cousin seem?
Relieved. He had been worried about the move for weeks.
Then sitting together after the move was the meaningful part.
Yes, carrying the boxes was not the highlight. The quiet conversation afterward was.
The highlight was, helps you introduce the best or most memorable part of an experience.
Then I could say, my weekend was pretty packed because I helped my cousin move. The highlight was eating pizza together after we finished.
That sounds personal without becoming too long.
And I did not mention breakfast.
Progress.
Let me try it slowly. My weekend was pretty packed because I helped my cousin move. The highlight was eating pizza together after we finished.
That answer is friendly, clear, and easy to continue.
What did the person in the office say after my documentary ended?
I'm almost afraid to ask.
They said, sounds like you had a busy weekend.
After all those details, they found the headline you should have given at the beginning.
A painful but useful lesson.
English learners, think about your last weekend. Choose the overall feeling first.
Was it quiet, packed, relaxing, tiring, enjoyable, or unusual?
Then add one meaningful detail. Do not search for your entire weekend. One clear event is enough.
But what happens when your weekend does not go the way you planned?
That happened to me recently.
Was it a disaster?
Not a disaster. It was a small disappointment that turned into a surprisingly good afternoon.
Now I'm curious.
I had signed up for a pottery workshop on Saturday.
You? Making pottery?
Why do you sound surprised?
I'm imagining you trying to make a cup and creating a bowl by accident.
That possibility was very real. But the pottery itself was not the problem.
What happened?
I arrived at the art center, walked up to the front door, and saw a handwritten notice taped to the glass.
That already sounds bad.
The notice said the workshop had been rescheduled.
You went on the wrong day?
I went on the original day. They had changed it, and I had missed the email.
What did you do?
At first, I stood there holding my booking paper and feeling a little foolish.
You had planned your afternoon around the workshop.
I had. For a few seconds, I thought, well, this afternoon is ruined.
But you said it became a good afternoon.
It did, just not in the way I expected.
So what happened next?
I checked my phone again, hoping I had misunderstood the notice.
You were hoping the door would suddenly open.
A little. But the email was there. They had sent the update 2 days earlier, and I had completely missed it.
That is frustrating.
It was. My Saturday didn't go as planned.
That sounds more natural than saying, my plan didn't go as planned.
Why?
Because the second sentence repeats the word plan. My Saturday didn't go as planned is clearer.
You're right. You noticed that before I explained it.
I'm developing. So, did you go home?
I almost did. I had taken the bus across town and I felt disappointed. But there was a small bakery across the street. Every time the door opened, I could smell fresh bread.
That is a powerful argument.
Very powerful. I crossed the street and went inside.
So you ended up at a bakery.
Yes, I planned to attend a workshop, but I ended up spending the afternoon at a bakery.
Here is a difference learners often miss. Ended up and turned out do not do the same job.
Explain it.
Ended up tells us what finally happened. Turned out tells us what the final result was like.
Give me an example from my story.
You ended up at a bakery, and the afternoon turned out to be peaceful.
That explanation is clear.
Better than a long dictionary definition?
Much better.
Thank you.
At the bakery, I ordered tea and a small pastry, then found a table near the window.
Were you still disappointed?
A little. I had been looking forward to the workshop all week.
What changed?
I noticed a postcard display near the counter. The cards had simple drawings of old buildings, buses, parks, and quiet streets.
Did you buy one?
I bought 2. One for my aunt, and one for an old friend who had recently moved away.
People still send postcards?
Some of us do.
I'm not judging. I'm impressed.
I sat down, wrote both postcards, drank my tea, and watched people walking past the window.
That sounds peaceful.
It was. The afternoon turned out better than I expected.
Then your short answer could be, my Saturday didn't go as planned. My pottery workshop was rescheduled, so I ended up at a bakery. It turned out to be a peaceful afternoon.
That follows a simple structure. Original plan, change, result.
And each expression has a clear purpose.
Didn't go as planned introduces the change. Ended up explains the unexpected action. Turned out describes the final result.
Let me give one more example. We wanted to have a picnic, but it started raining. We ended up at a cafe, and the afternoon turned out to be really fun.
That explains the change without making the answer crowded.
English learners, think of one plan that changed recently. Choose either ended up or turned out and make one sentence.
You do not need to force every new expression into one answer.
One useful phrase is better than 3 crowded phrases.
Just like one useful detail is better than a documentary.
I walked into that one.
You did.
But Sarah, what if several things happen? Sometimes a weekend story has many steps.
Do you have another confession?
Maybe?
Go ahead.
Last month, I arrived 45 minutes early for a family dinner.
45 minutes?
Yes.
How?
I misread the invitation.
Did it say 6:15 and you read 5:30?
Almost. It said 7:15, and somehow my brain decided it said 6:30.
Those are not even the same numbers.
I know. I checked the message before leaving home, but apparently I checked it with great confidence and very little accuracy.
Where was the dinner?
At my uncle's apartment, I reached the building, checked my phone again, and suddenly understood my mistake.
What did you do?
At first I thought about waiting outside.
For 45 minutes?
Yes.
Just standing there?
I considered walking around the block very slowly.
Haha, that would have looked completely normal.
Thank you for your support.
What were you thinking?
If I ring the bell now, they'll know I made a mistake.
They would also know you cared enough to arrive.
That was not my first thought.
Clearly.
My first thought was, can I hide this?
Could you?
No. It was cold, I was carrying dessert, and there was nowhere comfortable to wait.
So you rang the bell.
I did. My uncle opened the door wearing an apron and holding a wooden spoon.
Was he surprised?
Very, he said. Alex, dinner isn't for another 45 minutes.
What did you say?
I looked at him and said, I know. I came early to help.
Haha, Alex.
It was a weak performance. He immediately checked the invitation on his phone.
He knew.
Of course he knew. I admitted that I had read the time incorrectly.
What happened then?
He laughed, gave me the wooden spoon, and told me to stir the sauce.
So you really did help.
Yes. We set the table, moved some chairs, and prepared a salad. At first I felt embarrassed, but after a few minutes I relaxed.
Did anyone else arrive early?
No. By the time the other guests arrived, everything was ready.
And how did you feel by then?
I had stopped feeling embarrassed. In the end, arriving early became the highlight of the evening.
Really?
My uncle and I had a quiet conversation while we prepared the food. Once everyone else arrived, the apartment became noisy.
So the mistake gave you a moment you would not have had otherwise.
That is why the sequence phrases matter. At first, introduces the first reaction. By the time, connects the story to a later moment. In the end, introduces the final result.
You explained that well.
I am slowly earning my place here.
Now let's see whether you can tell the entire story in under 30 seconds.
I'll use the 3 sequence points.
Go ahead.
I accidentally arrived 45 minutes early for a family dinner. At first I felt embarrassed, but I helped my uncle prepare the food. By the time everyone arrived, I was relaxed, and in the end, arriving early became the highlight of my evening.
That story has a clear direction.
No bus ride, no breakfast, no unnecessary weather report.
The cold weather had a purpose because it explained why waiting outside was uncomfortable.
Right. Every detail should explain an action, emotion, change, or result.
You really are teaching now.
I'm ready for my own podcast.
Let's not move too quickly.
Fair.
Now give me the 10-second version.
I went to a family dinner and accidentally arrived 45 minutes early.
That unusual detail invites a natural question.
The other person might ask, "What did you do?"
Then you can give the longer version.
So I do not have to decide the full length before I begin.
No, start small and watch the other person's reaction.
That takes away a lot of pressure.
A conversation belongs to both people. You are not responsible for filling every second alone.
Unless you ignore every signal and continue stirring your coffee.
We are not returning to that office kitchen.
I think about it often.
Let it go, Alex.
I'm trying.
English learners, choose one small mistake, surprise, or change from your weekend.
Give it 3 points. What happened at first, what had changed by a later moment, and what happened in the end.
One sentence for each point is enough.
Your story does not need to be dramatic. A missed bus, a changed dinner plan, a forgotten item, or an unexpected phone call can become a natural conversation.
But now we need to answer another important question.
How long should the answer be?
Yes. The same weekend story can have different versions depending on the situation.
What are the situations?
Imagine 3 places. First, an elevator or hallway. You only have about 10 seconds.
Second, the office coffee machine. You have around 30 seconds.
Third, you are sitting with a friend at lunch. You may have a full minute.
Same weekend, different amount of time.
Exactly. Let's begin in the elevator. The doors may open at any moment. How was your weekend?
It was good. I went to a family dinner and accidentally arrived early.
That is enough for 10 seconds.
Now we are beside the office coffee machine.
Give me a little more.
It was good. I went to a family dinner and accidentally arrived 45 minutes early. I felt embarrassed, but my uncle asked me to help prepare the food.
That is a natural 30-second version.
Now we are sitting with a friend at lunch.
The friend has time and asks what happened.
I went to my uncle's apartment for a family dinner, but I misread the invitation and arrived 45 minutes early. At first, I felt embarrassed, but my uncle asked me to help prepare the food. By the time everyone arrived, I had relaxed. In the end, arriving early became the highlight because my uncle and I had time to talk.
Same story, 3 useful lengths.
The 10-second version leaves room for curiosity. The longer versions answer the follow-up questions.
Begin small. Expand only when the listener's response invites you to continue.
What if they do not ask a follow-up question?
Then your short answer was enough.
Learners sometimes think silence means their English was bad.
The other person may simply be busy, tired, distracted, or not very talkative.
So I should not immediately add 5 more details to rescue the conversation.
Please do not.
What should I do instead?
Give the other person a turn.
How about you?
That is the simplest option. A connected question can sound even more natural.
Let's demonstrate.
Ask me about my weekend.
How was your weekend?
It didn't go as planned. My pottery workshop was rescheduled, so I ended up at a bakery instead.
Oh, really? Did you enjoy it?
I did. It turned out to be a peaceful afternoon. How about you? Did you do anything special?
I went to a family dinner and accidentally arrived early.
How early?
45 minutes.
Alex.
That reaction still hurts.
Notice how the questions connect to the details. You asked whether I enjoyed the bakery. I asked how early you arrived.
Nobody delivered a speech.
Nobody described breakfast.
You won't let that go.
Not yet.
What are some other useful follow-up questions?
If someone visited a restaurant, ask, was it good? If they went hiking, ask, where did you go? If they stayed home, ask, did you get a chance to relax?
Listen to the detail, then build your question from it.
That makes the conversation feel natural, because you are responding to what the person actually said.
There is another situation that most weekend lessons avoid.
Which situation?
What do you say when your weekend was genuinely difficult?
That is important. Sometimes someone asks, how was your weekend? And you do not want to pretend everything was wonderful.
But you may not want to explain private details either.
You can be honest without sharing the entire story.
What could I say?
It was a bit complicated, but I'm doing better now.
Honest but controlled.
Or, it was a difficult weekend, so I took things slowly.
What if the person asks what happened?
You decide whether you want to share. If you prefer not to, say, I'd rather not get into it, but thank you for asking.
Is that polite?
Yes, the sentence is respectful and clear.
Let me create a complete answer. It was a bit complicated. I'd rather not get into it, but I'm feeling better now. How was your weekend?
That answer acknowledges the question, protects your privacy, and gives the other person a turn.
So I can be honest without explaining everything.
Yes.
Fluency also means knowing when enough is enough.
That may be your most important lesson today.
I agree.
Let's bring everything together with one final challenge.
Not a long dictionary lesson?
No, I'll give you a situation, and you choose the useful expression or structure.
Let's do it!
Your weekend had many plans and very little free time.
My weekend was pretty packed.
Nothing unusual happened.
Nothing out of the ordinary.
You planned to go hiking, but it rained and you stayed home.
The day didn't go as planned, so I ended up staying home.
The unexpected day was actually relaxing.
It turned out better than I expected.
Choose the most memorable moment.
The highlight was cooking dinner with my family.
Introduce the first reaction in a story.
At first,
Connect it to a later moment.
by the time,
Introduce the final result.
in the end,
Now I'll give you an answer that is too crowded.
I'm ready.
On Saturday morning, I woke up at 8, stayed in bed for 10 minutes, made toast, checked my phone, changed my shirt, and then decided to visit my cousin.
Haha, the toast has returned.
What would you keep?
My Saturday was pretty busy. I visited my cousin and helped him prepare for a family gathering.
Why does that work better?
It gives a headline and one useful detail. The listener can ask what we prepared or who attended.
Now you ask me one.
Sarah, which sounds better? My plan didn't go as planned. Or, my Saturday didn't go as planned.
My Saturday didn't go as planned. The first sentence repeats the word plan.
Correct.
You enjoyed that.
Very much.
English learners, now build one answer from your own life.
Start with your weekend headline.
Add one event.
Add a reaction or result if the conversation needs more detail.
Then give the other person a turn.
Here is one complete example.
My weekend was pretty quiet. I stayed home on Saturday and finished a book I'd been reading. It was nice to slow down. How about you?
And one changed plan example. My weekend didn't go as planned. I wanted to visit a park, but it rained, so I ended up going to a museum. It turned out to be really interesting.
Remember the learning hierarchy. The headline and one useful detail are the main method.
The other expressions are optional tools for longer stories.
You do not need to memorize everything today.
Choose 2 or 3 expressions that fit your real life and use them in one clear answer.
Alex, it is time to close the challenge we started at the beginning.
The Monday morning question.
You're standing in the office kitchen. Someone asks, "How was your weekend?" You have 10 seconds. Go.
My weekend was pretty packed because I helped my cousin move. The highlight was eating pizza together after we finished. How about you?
Clear, friendly, and natural.
No second beginning.
No documentary.
No disappearing sugar.
No unnecessary breakfast information.
And the other person can ask about the move, the apartment, or the pizza.
That is what natural conversation feels like. You do not need an exciting weekend or a perfect answer.
You need a clear beginning, one meaningful detail, and enough room for the other person to speak.
Practice your 10-second answer before the next person asks about your weekend.
Then write one sentence in the comments about the highlight of your last weekend using an expression from today.
If this lesson helped you, please like the video and subscribe to the English Life channel for more real, everyday English practice.
Keep listening, keep speaking, and join us again soon for another English lesson.
Thank you so much for spending this time with us. Take care.
Goodbye, everyone.